How long does it take to know if that special someone is really the one for you?
Totally in love with somebody from the total opposite side of the world.
On 90 Day Fiancé, which began airing on TLC in 2014, contestants don't exactly have too much time to figure it out.
We decided to have the wedding at home. We're gonna make it into a wedding venue.
Prospective couples have to battle a whole host of potential relationship enders, cultural and language barriers, international travel leaving friends and family behind, and of course the rapidly ticking clock.
It's time to stop!
While many of the lovers who appear on the show do end up tying the knot, that's not necessarily the end of their story. Most of what happens in a marriage occurs after you say,
I do.
You know what, all of it now that I think about it.
Ha! Gay!
So today we're gonna find out what happened to the stars of this anxiety-inducing TV show after the camera stopped. Are they still married? Do they have kids? Are they still alive? Stay tuned to hear about saucy modeling drama.
You're only here because of him.
Plotting ex-wives and ferocious religious battles. But before we get started, remember to smash that thumbs up icon to show support. And subscribe to the channel for more episodes like this.
Ready?
Come on, I'm not asking you to marry me, it's just a click of a button. Alright, enough of that.
You serious?
Let's go find out.
What
happened? If you are an OG fan of 90 Day Fiancé, you certainly remember Russ and Paula. Remember the two shacked up after a soccer game in Colombia and were passionately in love ever since.
Don't take so many jobs because I have to think about my husband.
They were the mainstays of the show from the original season.
They're new artists.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna be kissing or going too much.
And this couple had audiences rooting for them from the start.
There's still a point that we are married.
But it seemed like a long-term relationship might not be as easy as it sounded for the pair.
Trustworthy people.
Yes, they are. They're trustworthy. They're gonna send me the money.
Remember, Paula wanted to begin a racy modeling career in Miami, which was tough for Russ, a more conservative fella.
Everybody, this is
I'm not blaming anyone.
No, I made this.
How am I blaming anyone?
The question then is this: what has life been like for the couple in the years after? Well, things were really good for a while. They even had a child together in 2019, a baby boy named Axel. And some good news, they are currently still married. So what about Paula's modeling career? The source of so much tension and drama for the couple early on.
What even marry with you?
Well, Russ seems to have gotten over his qualms with the wife's career choice.
Be a model and want to make it as a model.
Because Paula continues to model.
I hope you like it.
And that's not all. This Colombian queen also works as a TV personality and a fitness coach, not to mention a very colorful and adventurous side gig, as she dabbles in professional wrestling, performing under the name Paula Blaze, which if you remember her from the show, that name certainly fits. But while it may seem like sunshine and rainbows for the couple, the true story is a bit more complicated. Trouble began for the couple when Russ lost his job and moved to Miami to support Paula in her career. But soon after the move, she began to resent the former engineer for no longer being the breadwinner of the fam. In 2021, with their boy Axel only 2 years old, and the shutdown still disrupting careers and businesses, this reality show couple hit some real rough spots. Although they did not formally divorce, they did announce publicly that the two were taking a break from their marriage. Yikes, that must really hurt when your wife looks like this. So the two planned to go to therapy and try to work out their issues. And for a while, it seemed like things were looking up. As recently as July 2022, the two posted this video, busting out moves that Russ never would have approved back in season 1 of the show. Maybe Miami loosened up Paolo's bow enough for him to hang. But then just 2 days later, Paula had some sad words for the public. She stated that she wasn't sure she was still in love with her husband. We can hope this twosome works out their issues. You know, if only they had more than maybe 90 days to test the waters from the start. Russ and Paula weren't the only couple on season 1 to have issues surrounding racy modeling. Enter
My name's Alan.
This is my wife, Kiriam.
Who had a similar issue, even perhaps more extreme. You see, Alan was Mormon and forbid his prospective wife to model at all. But if you remember, things seemed to work out for this God-fearing couple. They married in the States and honeymooned in Hawaii.
I love you with all of my heart.
But the couple's complicated relationship doesn't start with TV. It is a messy story that goes back decades. Viewers may be a little concerned when they learn that there was a significant age gap in this relationship, with Alan being 10 years older than Kiriam. But hey, that's not the biggest deal in the world. Kiriam was 21 years old. To get to the real sketchy part, we have to go way back to when the couple met. Alan was a young Mormon missionary. He was 21 at this time, so when he laid eyes on his future wife in her Brazilian village, yeah, do the math, she was 11.
FBI, open up!
The couple insists that the relationship didn't turn serious until years later, hopefully at least 7. And I guess we have to take their word on it, because things seem to work out for them after all. But as we've seen, the last few years were tough on everyone, even 90-day Fiancé contestants. So are Alan and Kiriam still together? And where are they now? Well, very accurately, because Kiriam has what seems to be their home address listed on her Instagram page. And just a helpful tip for anyone out there, don't do that.
Yeah, boy.
But luckily for the lovers, the two seem to be still together. And surprisingly, Kiriam has adapted to Mormon life. And Alan has accepted what it's like to live with a Brazilian bombshell. The two liked each other so much they wanted to make another one of them. And Kiriam gave birth to a baby boy named Liam in 2017. And that's not all. She gave birth to a second baby boy in January of 2022. So in this case, 90 days seems to have been plenty of time. For Louis and Aya, finding love wasn't quite as dramatic as a decades-long Mormon mission trip love story. The two met in a surprisingly pedestrian place, an online dating website. But it didn't take too long for things to get messy.
I want to go there.
Aya, who lived in the Philippines, wanted Louis to come start a new life with her, but Louis couldn't. He had 2 young sons. So Aya shipped over to the States for a 90-day fiancé experiment. Despite some roadblocks, things seemed to work out for the new lovers, and they were married. So what is up today? Is the couple still together? And how has Aya adapted to life in the States?
A new environment for me.
Please don't tell me there's some ex-wife drama. Fortunately, the pair is still together and doing very well. Besides Louis's 2 kids from his first marriage, these two have 2 kids on their own. 2 beautiful boys named Giovanni and Stefano. And together they are managing a blended family. Aya is pretty private about her personal life.
Okay, just once.
And Louis just informs us about getting into walking and blogging.
Are you ready?
No, I'm not.
But hey, we are happy it seems to work out for them. You see, simple, successful relationships aren't really common on 90 Day Fiancé.
I just don't like a roller coaster.
And it's pretty easy to see why. Adapting to life in a different country in such a short amount of time is of course a struggle. I've been with my wife for 40 years and I still don't want to meet her. But Louis and Aya are an encouraging story for the rest of us. Even if it's difficult and you have to make huge life choices, love can sometimes make the hard choices pretty easy.
She's chicken.
Whatever.
Now I gotta be honest with you, a guy named Mike Alashwe who lives in Cleveland, Ohio, is exactly the kind of guy I'd expect to get a Russian mail order bride. And Mike, never the type to defy stereotypes, was on the show after finding his prospective wife Aziza, who lived in Russia on a language learning website. And many fans weren't exactly charitable towards Aziza. Many accused her of just being in it for the green card. But Mike decided not to listen to the people on the internet. Usually a wise choice. And the couple were married. So let's inform all the haters out there what is happening to Mike and Aziza. Well, the couple had a pretty big problem from the start. Aziza was heartbroken that her family wasn't able to come from Russia to attend the wedding. And yeah, that's not a good start. Could the couple deal with this bitter beginning?
Something I can't control.
Well, the answer, it turns out, is yes. The two didn't step on the gas right away. It took them 6 years, but they finally had a kid, a daughter named Olivia. But slow and steady wins the race, and this couple's love is no exception. They are currently still together. The couple has a relatively private personal life, but their everyday life in Cleveland seems to be treating them well. In addition to their daughter, they have a really cute, dopey-looking dog. I've got to be honest, I didn't have the highest hopes for every set of contestants on 90 Day Fiancé. The real world is a very messy place.
She's got the best body.
And 90 days doesn't seem long enough to get to know someone. Sometimes the couples you'd think would stay together fall apart quicker than a graham cracker in a nice tall glass of milk. Take Russ and Paula, whose story began in a passionate 9-day affair and ended with a pretty pathetic Instagram post. And then the couple you'd think would never make it, like Mike and Aziza, seem to be enjoying life together. So enough of me, now it's your turn. Which 90 Day Fiancé contestants were your favorite? Who do you think were actually in love? And who were just conning the other for one selfish reason or another? Please get in the comments and let me know. What other reality show do you want our channel to cover? Any suggestions are helpful. Smash the thumbs up icon if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, and come back often so we can keep telling you